But again, that doesn't seem like it's been the case this evening. The question is if it will stay that way throughout the evening. As Tyler mentioned, there are more protests planned in the coming days.
She's live in downtown Atlanta for us tonight. Yasmina, the destruction is still very evident downtown. Tori, it is, and behind me is actually one of several businesses that violent protesters hit last night. You can see that the windows and the doors of this particular building are now boarded up after those protesters threw things through them. And there are also several other businesses here along Peachtree Street in downtown Atlanta that were hit as well. Like you mentioned, so far 6 people have been arrested. They are all charged with domestic terrorism and arson. We saw at least one Atlanta police cruiser on fire during that violence. Only one of those arrested, 20-year-old Graham Evitt, is from Georgia. The rest are from out of state. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens commented on the arrest while speaking on Face the Nation today.
Most of them traveled into our city to wreak havoc. And so we love to support people when they're doing right. Peaceful protest is a part of the American, our freedoms. But when you are violent, we will make sure that you get accountable.
And the protest was tied to movements against the proposed police training center that some call Cop City. And city officials do say there could be more arrests for protesters who wreak havoc. And again, you can see today windows and doors are boarded up on those businesses that were hit last night. Live in downtown Atlanta, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
Well, tonight we're also learning more about a shooting at a Brookhaven apartment complex that left 1 person dead and 3 others hurt. Now, Brookhaven police are investigating after the shooting unfolded at an apartment complex on Buford Highway. This was around 10:30 this morning. The man was killed, but his name has not yet been released. We still don't know if the other 3 people who were shot are expected to survive, but they were taken to the hospital. Atlanta News First will certainly keep you updated as we learn more throughout the evening. We want to turn now.
As a precaution in anticipation for possible violence tonight. But I want to show you what it looked like earlier today. We saw National Guard members roll into town as per Governor Brian Kemp's orders declaring a state of emergency. We haven't seen them downtown around here since, but throughout the evening, both here by the Capitol and near Centennial Olympic Park, police have been on standby following the release of that footage of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols. Officers in riot gear waited in unmarked vans nearby, but the fear of violence never materialized. City and local officials condemned the violence against that individual while insisting on a peaceful protest tonight. And again, back out here live, that seemed to be the case here in the city of Atlanta. The question remains, though, if it will stay that way, because there will be protests throughout the weekend that are planned. And again, police are hoping to keep things peaceful, but the police presence around here, around the Capitol, around City Hall has dwindled within the last few hours. And there is still a little bit of a presence, but of course we're going to continue to monitor this throughout the weekend as the nation reacts to this video. That's the latest from here, live in City Hall, or outside City Hall, rather. Rob D'Arienzo, Fox 5 News.
Rob, thanks for that latest update. A veteran police sergeant.
2 guys get into an argument outside a bathroom. That argument turned deadly. The surveillance video is chilling. A man waits outside this restroom. A man wearing a dark hat walks out. The 2 appear to exchange words. The next thing you know, the man wearing the red hat reaches for his gun and opens fire. We paused the video before the gunfire because the content is graphic.
It disturbed me bad.
The shooting erupted just before 8:30 Friday morning right here inside Summit Cafeteria on Marietta Street in downtown Atlanta. The victim died at the scene. His family says his name was Eric Moffitt. He was 31 and worked for FedEx. He's the father of a newborn baby. The restaurant shared this disturbing video.
It makes you feel for the individual families.
Customers hear the shots and scramble. Reginald Gray works at Atlanta Barber Company down the street.
Sometimes you see things happen when we inflict pain on each other.
He says this neighborhood is growing more and more violent.
We got work to do as people. I think it's very disturbing.
Demetrius Fisher is a regular at the barbershop.
I'm very cognizant about, my surroundings and really being looped into what's going on.
He says he's always on guard around here.
As a patron that frequents several businesses in this area, you always got to be watching your back.
Police are not releasing the victim's name. People who work and patronize businesses on this block worry about their own safety.
You never know when violence or any criminal act is going to take place around you.
So far, no arrests. Police are still looking for the suspect. In downtown Atlanta, Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
Suspects tried to flee but were blocked by the apartment gate. Now police say the suspect put the stolen car in reverse, striking the officer's cruiser. Officer Gilbert was injured as she jumped out of the way. Now residents in the complex say DeKalb police were everywhere.
I couldn't come out through the gate because there was so many police officers. It was 14 of them, and there was one on the street making 15. When an officer is injured, that's someone's family member and their loved ones also. And they're serving us. So we need their service, and we need them to be protected.
And anytime an officer is injured, there is lots of concern. Again, though she is out of the hospital, if you have any information about these suspects, please give DeKalb Police a call. Reporting live in
audacity to say Black Lives Matter.
Their bread and butter and their bottom line, their raison d'etre and everything that they're trying to do depends upon people being kept in these boxes.
Items packaged for sale and set out on shelves, pot arranged, labeled, and priced by variety, all in a retail store-like setting with drug-themed decor. What were some of the drugs they found in there?
I found various amounts of ecstasy, oxycodone, Xanax, THC bars, mushrooms, and marijuana.
Investigators tell Fox 5 that Quentin Moore was the main target of the raid. In this video, he is seen after deputies say he bailed out of a window at the back of the trailer, not aware that it was surrounded by law enforcement. He's facing multiple counts of possession with intent to distribute drugs, as well as obstruction and a weapons charge. Last Friday's raid was the result of a traffic stop that led deputies to the Sweetbriar Mobile Home Park in Coweta County.
We had a recent traffic stop which led to an arrest, and some evidence found in that traffic stop led to a search warrant execution on residents.
Along with Quentin Moore, deputies say 6 other people were arrested during the raid who also face various drug possession charges. In Coweta County, Doug Evans, Fox 5 News.
Drive. The picture on the right is a suspect in last night's fire at the Buckhead Target on Piedmont Road. Authorities don't know if it's the same person.
Even more classified documents have been found, this time at former Vice President Mike Pence's home. What lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have to say about the discovery. Are the Fulton County grand jury findings going to be made available to the public? We'll find out that decision soon. This is investigative reporter Dale Russell. That story.